Hi, welcome to Made to Heal with Angela Brown. So, what's the one thing that's important that we do while showing faith? While we're having faith, what's the number one thing that will really help us? I'll get into that here in a minute. I just released my book on Amazon. It's called You Are Made to Heal Spiritually, Emotionally, Mentally, and Physically. I will leave that link in the comments below. Check it out. And also, I'll leave the link for my course, 12-week course, if you're so interested. And what I'm going to talk about today is the one thing that we can do when we're acting on faith, with faith. And a lot of times, as I was teaching my classes in previous years, is I would talk about, and I was teaching this to teens, and as an adult, I thought other people could make me mad. I thought that the outside circumstances that was going outside myself could make me angry and full of bitterness and resentment. And that's a personal choice. We get to choose. We get to choose whether we are going to take accountability or not. And it is huge. That's the number one thing that will help you in your faith process, is taking accountability for all of your actions and all of your words. And it's the easy thing to just do what we want, or the emotions that come up and are stirred up in us. The easy thing to do is let the natural man take over, right? That's the easy thing. But when we are working on our moral character, building our character and trying to be good as we can, right? It's important that we do take that the high road and have accountability. And when we choose to have accountability, you know what it's going to create in our life? It's going to create less chaos and more peace. And you're going to feel a power within that you haven't felt before, because you're taking ownership. You're taking ownership of your actions and your words and your thoughts, your feelings, instead of trying to place the blame somewhere else. That's where I was for 30 plus years. I was trying to grasp onto anything I could outside myself to blame it on, maybe so I could feel complacent and better about myself. I don't know. I know that's when I was in victim mode, I just wasn't willing to own and take responsibility. And by dang, when we learn how to take responsibility, we are able to tap into the power within, right? That's when God and Christ are right there willing to help us. So I love this quote by David A. Bednar, and I'm going to read it word for word because it's powerful. It's powerful. He says, "As sons and daughters of our Heavenly Father, we have been blessed with the gift of moral agency, the capacity for independent action and choice. Endowed with agency, you and I are agents, and we primarily are to act and not just to be acted upon. To believe that someone or something can make us feel offended, angry, hurt, or bitter diminishes our moral agency and transforms us into objects to be acted upon. As agents, however, you and I have the power to act and to choose how we will respond." Close quote. That is so, so true. I have learned this in my healing journey, that I was just letting other things outside myself rule my emotions and control everything around me. And little did I realize that I had that power within to say, no, enough is enough. And I do have control. I get to choose to be in control. And so taking accountability is so good. So when challenges come our way and we're thinking life is so unfair, there's just a myriad of things that we want to automatically go to, right? Our automatic natural man go-to responses. And I'm going to read these because I, along with everybody else on this planet, if you have lived more than a few years, right, on this planet, you have been guilty of this as well. But 1, blaming others. 2, making up excuses. 3, rebelling. Just, you know what? I know this is the way I am and I don't care and I'm going to do it anyway. I've been there. And complaining, finding fault with other people around you and or whatever is going on, and having that doubt, the feeling of wanting to give up, procrastination, getting angry, indulging in self-pity, having a pity party. Yeah, that was me. I've been there. And allowing fear to take over rather than trusting in the process and trusting in God, and self-justify. Well, I'm this way because of this. I have been guilty of every one of those. And there's times now that I have to step back and go, oh, because there's times where you just want to, like, why am I so happy? Well, it's because of this and this and this. And no, we have that choice. We are choosing to be unhappy. You can choose to have joy. You can choose to have gratitude. You can choose to take ownership and say, you know what, I do feel this way and I don't like it. So I'm going to take it in my own hands, and I have that power to take care of that. So it is so important to become emotionally resilient. I'm going to read through these things one more time, but I'm going to read them backwards. But it's so important that we recognize when this is showing up. So when these are showing up, when self-justification, allowing fear to take over, indulging in your pity party, getting angry, procrastinating, and giving up, doubting, finding fault with other people, complaining, rebelling, whether it's against someone else's rules, parents, or societies, whatever, or God's commandments, right? Making excuses, blaming others. When these are showing up, make sure you're aware. Make sure you're aware and go, oh, I just complained. When we're doing any of these, you know what happens to our energy and our frequency? We all have frequency levels. We do. We are all just a bunch of frequencies of energies walking around, and the highest level of vibration and frequency is love. Love. And, on the whole other spectrum, it's self-loathment, hate, the complete opposite of love, right? So love is at the very, very top. And so it's important to be able to raise our vibrations and get closer to that love frequency, right? To be on the frequency of God. Wouldn't that be amazing? But when we are complaining, when we are, blaming others people, and we're procrastinating and doing all these things that aren't serving our higher self at all, in fact, it's hurting us in our spiritual growth, our emotional growth, our mental growth, and physical growth. When we are acting in any of those ways, then we are only harming ourselves, and we're not willing to take that accountability. So accountability in how we are acting and thinking. So take your emotions. How are you feeling? Own it. Did you wake up? I'm a person where I wake up every day and I feel my emotions. I feel them. If I wake up and I'm excited, I'm like, I'm excited. Or if I wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm just really worried. Or if I wake up going, I'm really mad about what happened yesterday. And, just different emotions come through, right? And some people handle them differently. And it's just important to be aware of these emotions and where are they taking you, and don't let them control you. You get to control them by being aware, saying, oh, hey, yep, you're there. Oh, the anger is there today. And you know what? I'm going to own it. I am angry. I am angry because of this, this, and this. And I know I'm choosing to be angry. They're not making me angry. That person or that situation that happened did not make me angry. I am choosing to be angry, or I'm choosing to blame other people, or I am choosing to procrastinate. And it's not because of this, this, and this, and making excuses. I'm choosing to make up excuses for not getting my stuff done. Whatever it is, take ownership. When we take ownership, we are on our road to recovery and healing spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. So taking ownership is huge. It's the number one step in putting forth our faith into God. And it's a form of humility when we are willing to say, oh, yep, I've got a temper. Or when we're willing to say, yeah, I've held on to resentment for way too long and I'm tired of it and I'm ready to let it go. When we are ready to recognize it and call it out, then that's when we are ready to, that's us telling God, we're ready to heal. We're ready to surrender and have a God-led life or Christ-led life. Same thing, right? Just having a life that's led from our higher power. And it's important that we not let the natural man get in our way of growing. So that's the big thing today. The accountability. Take accountability for all of your actions, for all of your words, for all of your feelings, and call it out. When we can be aware and name it, then we are on the road to healing. So please like and subscribe to my channel. Invite others to join as well. This is my positive message for you all today. Don't forget to check out the link to my book and my classes. And God bless. And until next time, bye.